Good morning, Coffee Chat. So glad that you are here. Welcome to those of you that are catching this on the podcast today, those of you that are catching this on YouTube, and those of you that are with me either on the Ryan Frank Facebook page or the I Love Kidmin community on Facebook. So glad that you are here. Good morning. I want to remind you there's a number on my shoulder, a phone number right there, 833-792-6372. If you have a question, if you have a recommended topic, someone that you think I should bring onto the coffee chat, please give us a text and let us know. And we're always watching those texts come in. Thank you to those of you that are text. Some of you just text some words of encouragement. Thank you for doing that. Really means the world. All right, friends, we are wrapping up our week. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. We've had a great week in the Kidmin space. Some amazing new resources that have hit kidsmatter.com if you've not checked it out in a while. I think I told you yesterday in the coffee chat that we've added like 20 down. No, it was in a podcast. I recorded a podcast yesterday, the Kids Matter podcast with Corey Jones. And I ran the numbers. We've added 24 new downloads in the last 48 hours to kidsmatter.com. So if you've not been there in the last day or two, go check it out. Some great resources. Also, churches continue to sign up for Global Kidmin Day. We are just a few weeks away, August the 8th. This morning, Andy, jump on here with me quick. Bring your camera up. We had a registration come in from Jillian. I scribbled her last name, and I can't even read my own writing. Van, I think. Now, Andy, she is from Wolforth, Texas. So here's my trivia question. Don't look on your phone or on your computer. Where is Wolforth, Texas?
I'm going to go with the obvious answer in Texas.
In Texas. It is in Texas. Ding, 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 ding. Got it right. I never heard of Wolforth, Texas. It is on the west side of Texas. The best I can pick up, just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So
it's north of El Paso. I can guarantee you that.
I bet it is. I bet it is. All right, Andy, you passed the quiz.
Oh,
just barely. Just barely. All right, thanks, Andy. GlobalKidminDay.com. Churches continue to sign up every day. And if you aren't registered, go check it out. We added to the website a COVID-19 update. How do we do Global Kidmin Day on Saturday, August 8th with COVID-19 if we aren't regathering? If not everybody's comfortable gathering, we have 5 options. Go check them out. Global Kidmin Day, I don't know if there's a more urgent thing that your leaders can do on a Saturday in August than participate in this event, especially during a pandemic like this. Kidmin community, so proud of you. A lot of you signed up to lead children's ministry, to teach those kids, to work with mom and dad. You signed up to plan some events throughout the year. And now during this pandemic that, what are we in, 4 or 5 months into this thing? You find yourself on the front side of a camera, and you find yourself on your computer figuring out iMovie and all of these programs where you can distribute video and connect with kids. And prior to this pandemic, some of you had no clue what Zoom was, and you figured out how to Zoom and how to Zoom well, and even how to do games and activities on Zoom. So proud of you all. We're going to kick off our coffee chat. I'm going to introduce you to Jay Burgers. If there's somebody that understands how to use videos in children's ministry, it's this guy right here. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
Now, I can't go very deep into the interview without asking you who the gentleman is behind you to your left.
Well, it's a sloth, but you know, in children's ministry, I bought the mask on Amazon, and my children's pastor, I work as a creative director with a gentleman that you know very well, Pastor Matt Cannon.
Yep.
And we both agreed that it was a little too creepy for the younger kids, so it got kind of put back on a shelf. So I'm just using it along with a mannequin for kind of a muse for some of the other video creative work that I try to do and come up with ideas. And I don't have any further answer for you except that it just stuck there and it just seemed to work. So I left it there, and I just try to use it to as a fodder for further ideas for other videos.
I love it. I love it. Jay is in the San Francisco area. As he just mentioned, he works with Matt Cannon. We love Matt Cannon. Matt Cannon was just at Kids Matter HQ a few months back for a retreat. He always attends Megacon. He's a graduate of Kidman Academy. He's just a great kids pastor. He moved, where was he at, in Alabama or somewhere? Yeah, moved from Alabama to San Francisco. Has he? I mean, if there's ever been culture shock, it has to be culture shock. Tell us, Jay, about the videos that you are creating right now for your children's ministry. And then what I want to do with the conversation is really want to add value to everybody that's listening or watching. And I hope that they get some ideas from what you are doing. And then I'd also like to take a few minutes and just talk through some basics. Like, I see you've got a green screen behind you.
Yeah.
What do I have to be a professional to use a green screen? Do I have to have all this expensive equipment to do these fun videos? First, tell us what you're doing, and then let's transition and take a few minutes to talk about what we could do to enhance the videos that we use with our kids.
I would be glad to. Thanks for the chance to share with your community. The first thing I'll say is I love the Bible verse in Philippians 4:13 that says, I can do some things through Christ who gives me the strength.
Yeah, I don't think mine says that.
Oh, well, what I love about the Bible is it doesn't say I can do some things except for when it comes to being in the COVID environment that we find ourselves in. To me, it's like, I want to be a thief, and I want everybody that's watching this to become a thief. And you might think to yourself, why would you tell people to become a thief? Well, become a thief of great ideas and information. And, I'm going to give a little plug right now for Ryan Frank and what he does. And the way I'm going to do that is to say that when you join these groups on Facebook, you are gleaning all the information from everybody else who's been maybe doing it for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and you can shorten the learning curve. For me,
that's a good point.
We started off doing challenge videos where I got on in front of the kids on a video, and they built a Lego tower, or I did a crazy character, and I said, okay, now we're going to build a Lego tower. We're going to have you film it, post it on the private Facebook parents part of the Facebook group.
Yeah.
And it was a hit, and some kids built these crazy towers. We had a girl put in a video, then she built a little short tower, and she was happy with that. I was overjoyed to see the kids participate. And Pastor Matt's doing crazy, cool, fun stuff. Like he used an app called My Talking Pet, and he got a couple people in the church community to lend their animals, and he had them do the Bible verse with My Talking Pet, and the young kids loved it. So right now, what I'm doing is traveling around the world via a green screen, and this video series is called Where in the World is Teacher Jay? So that's kind of what I'm working on now.
And yeah, I'm going to take a minute. What prompted me to bring Jay on to the coffee chat was we have recently put some of his videos on kidsmatter.com. Yeah, it's not letting me share my screen for some reason. It's letting me share my screen, but I can't find that window. Hang on just a second, because I want to show people this. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. Let me cancel. And let me try this one more time. Andy, I might need you to step in it. Okay, I got it. Okay. So if you go to Kids Matter, let me go back to the home page here. All right, you go to Kids Matter, and if you scroll down, you're going to see these are some of the new things we've added this week. So they're featured on the home page. But Jay's got these videos where you are showing up virtually in different parts of the world, and these are just short, aren't they, 2 or 3 minute videos, Jay?
Yes.
And you are teaching a short little Bible lesson or teaching a Bible verse as a part of this video.
Starting out with a Bible verse, starting out in a little bit of a whimsical fashion, and giving hints and clues as to where I am, and the kids are trying to guess where I am, and it ends. Each video ends with a Bible verse that somehow hopefully brings honor and glory to God and teaches the kids about a verse in the Bible.
Now, for someone who has never, maybe they've seen green screens before, but they've never used it. You're using a green screen. Let's talk green screen 101 here for beginners. You're using a green screen, putting an image behind you on that green screen. Is this something that really any of us, do you feel like, can learn, or you really need to take some classes? What are your thoughts on that?
You don't need to take any classes. There's just 3 or 4 things that you need to get right, and anybody can get those things right. You can get a green screen very inexpensively, and mine is in my living room in my apartment, but you can paint a wall. Some people have chosen to get these kind of pieces of poster board and overlap them on the back of a wall. But long story short, the things that you need to get right are as follows. I use lights that I bought at Lowe's that are LED, and I use to eliminate shadows, you want to light the background and the subject, and I would be the subject in this case, in such a way that there's no shadows. And so lighting the background evenly, you don't want to have any hot spots, and a hot spot is just where it's brighter in one part of the background than the other. But the fun thing is that we all have access to YouTube, and you don't even need to write down what I'm saying. You can Google up green screen for beginners on YouTube or something like that, and probably have hundreds or more videos that'll give you a 1, 2, 3 and teach you everything you need to know.
Yeah, and I think you're right. That's how I learned, just watching some YouTube videos. You're right. There are, and I'm in no means a professional when it comes at it, but you can learn the basics just by watching YouTube. So pick up a green screen. Lighting is important. And then as far as editing it, I mean, I know there are really nice there's really nice high-end software you can use, but you can also just use like iMovie or something that, now do you use a Mac or a PC, Jay?
So I use a Mac, and I'd love to tell you that I do it all, but I don't. I surround myself with people that are a lot smarter than me and more talented than me. I have a guy from my that plays in our worship band in my faith community. He takes the videos and he edits them. He happens to use Final Cut Pro. But there's probably a teenager or an adult in your church right now where you're listening that knows 10 times more about video or has access to that kind of technology than what I do and what maybe even Ryan Frank does. And to me, the beauty of that is the fact that I'm just going to say one more thing, and that is that Ryan Frank is a lot like Steve Jobs. He is no, let me tell you, let me explain this to you. You're going to work with me on this for a second.
All right. Okay.
He surrounds himself with people that are exceptionally talented and really bright, and he's a tremendously good aggregator of good ideas and great people, and he surrounds himself with those people. So when it comes to green screen, talk to the kids, see what the kids are doing. I mean, I asked a girl in my Sunday school class before COVID what she was reading, and she was reading Lemony Snicket, right? Find out what the kids like. I mean, every kid likes Legos, and here's some Legos, Beatles Legos that I ordered from England. I mean, to me, if you're in kids ministry, either you love kids or you're a big kid yourself, or a combination of both. And find out what the kids love and meet the kids right where they are.
I love that.
Bring them to the foot of the cross, and I'm using video to do it, and I love it.
I love it. And Jay, you're doing a great job. We go to kidsmatter.com. I'm going to bring Jay back on the coffee chat, Jay, if you're willing, in the weeks to come, and talk technology more. Because I know there's a lot more things we could talk about. Go to Kids Matter. You're going to see Jay's teaching videos there. They're in the teaching category. Right now they're on the homepage because they're new. But you'll find them under teaching and teaching videos. Go check those out. You can preview the video and then purchase it. You're working on a new series. Jay, and I want to give your new series isn't ready to give away yet, is it? But I'm going to give one away.
I have one video from the new series I'd love to give away. If you can come up with a great plan, let's give one of those videos away.
You told me in an email the new video where you're at, but I forget where. Where is it?
This one is in Greece.
Greece.
Yeah.
Greece. So those of you on Facebook, this is hard for you podcast listeners or YouTube, but those of you on Facebook, leave a comment below this video that you'd like to win Jay's video. And we'll randomly pick somebody later today. How's that sound, Jay?
How about if we pick 3 people? Could we pick 3 people? Is that all right?
Pick 3 people. We'll pick 3 people. All right, we'll do it.
I can't
There
count,
you
but I
go.
love kids ministry.
Let's do it. Let's pick 3 people. Leave a comment and let me know that you would love to win Jay's next teaching video, and we'll pick 3 of you. Jay, send our love to Matt Cannon, please.
Will do.
And we'll stay in touch. Thanks for joining me on the coffee chat.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks, Jay. God bless.
God bless.
All right, Jay, joining me from San Francisco, California, where it is 8 a.m. Thank you to all of you folks out west on the Pacific Coast that tune in early in the morning to catch the coffee chat. You guys and girls are pretty awesome. I wrote down, I've got to check out the My Talking Pet app. He mentioned Matt Cannon is using that. That's a new one to me. I need to check out the My Talking Pet app. Definitely sounds like something that my girls would love. Kidmin, been a good coffee chat. I hope that encouraged you and inspired you to think creatively about your videos. Maybe you've never used a green screen before. Super easy, okay? You can, at my office, if those of you that have been to Kids Matter HQ, we have a video studio with a green screen and lights and everything, and it's set up, and I'm super proud of that studio. But let me tell you something, you don't have to have a high-end studio to use a green screen. I'm coming to you today from my home office, and I'm sitting in front of a green screen, but let me show you what this green screen looks like. You're gonna see that I'm cheap and I don't like to spend money unless I have to. Let me show you what I did at home, because these Zoom virtual backgrounds work better in front of a green screen. This is just some green fabric that you can see it's been sewed together right here. I asked Beth several weeks ago, I said, hey, I need a green screen set up at home, but I don't want to spend $100 and have to wait 2 weeks to get it in the mail. Can we run the Joanne fabric? So we spent like $10, bought like 10 yards of this. I don't know what we spent, 10, 20 bucks, bought like 8 or 10 yards of this green fabric, sewed it together, and I've just got it hanging on a picture behind my desk that I don't leave it up all the time, but when I am jumping on Zoom like this, it's there, and it makes the quality a lot better. So my point is, and I love Jay showed you could use green poster board or throw some green paint on the wall. If you've got a room somewhere where you can throw some green paint on the wall. And really with a green screen, you can be anywhere in the world, and YouTube is a great teacher. All right, Jay was very kind earlier in talking about the team that helps us get everything done, and he's exactly right. We have a great team, people that are supporting our work at Kids Matter HQ here in Marion, and then we have employees and team members literally sprinkled all around the country. One of our shining lights is Trish Weeks. Trish is the event director for Kidmin Nation Megacon, which looks a little different this fall, doesn't it, Trish? Because
it does look different. I think I need a green screen. That's really inspired me. We actually bought the fabric. I haven't done it yet. So sounds easy.
For me in here, I had this wide picture anyway, and I just kind of drape it over and it works, but you could get some clamps and clamp it on something, and you can use these Zoom backgrounds without a green screen, but they're a lot more fuzzy.
Yeah.
And they don't look as crisp. So if you've got something green behind you, it helps.
Well, that's what I love about this community. Having Jay just breaking it down so simple that this is all you have to do. And not only that you have to do it all or know it all, but the key is, he was right to surround yourself with people who have different talents and skill sets, even if it's a 10-year-old.
That's a good
Honestly,
point.
they can everybody, can help us out in these days. It's crazy. And they're looking for things to do to feel important.
Well, that's a good
valuable.
point. For some of us, it might be good just to stretch ourselves and learn it and figure it out. But you're right, Trish. I promise you, in your church, there's a kid, and I used to say like a teenager, but now these 8-year-old
10-year-old.
kids,
That's
these
right.
7 or 8-year-old kids are
Yeah, your
building
girls.
videos and TikToks and
Well, look at
exactly.
your girls. They're doing videos,
That's
right?
true.
They
They
were.
are.
Yeah. So, yeah,
That's true.
it's a different world.
So, Trish, give us an update. Megacon looks a little different. First of all, let's just assume that there are people listening that have no clue that we've made any changes to Megacon. So tell us what these changes look like, and then give us maybe an update of anything new in the last week or so.
So yes, with COVID and just like everyone else is having to pivot and make their changes, we've also had to do that for what's best for our attendees, mostly what looks best for them on their end of it. And so we've expanded it to 5 days. I think Andy was going to try to share the screen there and get us to the website to kind of give you an idea of what it can look like or what's going to look like this year. We have had to change the schedule again. We're going to be totally online, and for 5 days it's going to be 12. We made it a little bit better for the people on the West Coast out there, so it's not so early in the morning for them. So it's 12 to 4 Eastern time, and we'll have 160 breakouts. We have deep dive tracks, just like always. One of our ambassadors that's actually working with the deep dive tracks, she had said, you'd have to be crazy if you're involved in KidMin at all, you'd have to be crazy not to sign up for it, because we even have a free option. So
well, that's it. I was thinking that there is a free option, and
yes,
I don't want you to miss that number. 160 training opportunities, deep dives.
Yes.
During the week. That's nuts.
Yeah, with all kinds of things, whether you're a KidMin rookie or whether you're a veteran or whether you are brand new to special needs. So many, I was looking over the descriptions of the tracks and the sessions yesterday, and there's a lot that deal with, okay, how do we move forward with COVID, especially with preteens? How do we do Zoom? How do we stay engaged? Which is really the key that we're all talking about. So yeah, if you'll go to the website, there's a free option. Of course, the ticket option is the best. It gets you your ticket to next year's Megacon and gets you extra goodies in the mail. You'll get a mega box. So that's
right, I'm going to share my screen because I don't know where Andy's at. So let me share my screen. Let me go to KidMin Nation. Okay, we're going to click Megacon at the top. And you're going to see here the options we have for you.
Yeah.
One is complimentary. One, if you already have a ticket, you are grandfathered into the Online Plus. That's for you. But you can also purchase this.
Yes.
It's
still a great deal.
Have been confirmed.
Look at these speakers. Yes. We have 16, I believe, up there, 16 keynote speakers, of course, including you and Martine, but look at the rest of them. Dana Gresh, she's got, just looking at what these people, the value they bring and the content that they have available, it's going to be amazing. So not only are the main stage speakers, we've got all the breakouts, but even some of these guys have had to pivot and expand a little bit more. We've asked Tina to do a different topic that at first she was a little uncomfortable with it. She's like, I don't know, this is my lane. But she emailed us back. She's like, I'm so excited. This is going to be a great opportunity. So she's got a couple breakout sessions in addition to being on the main stage. Valerie Bell in there, Nicole Crank, Ricardo Miller, Brian Osborne with Answers in Genesis. A couple new speakers too, Montel and Kristen Jordan. They're super excited about it. They're new to Megacon this year. Who else is brand new? Some of these are old faces if you've been around before. Dana Gresh is kind of new. The first time I heard about her was Megacon Online, and her session was amazing. So yeah, there's a ton of value, especially for free. Like how can you go wrong? You know, we would love to have 5,000 people signed up. That's our goal right now, is get 5,000 people signed up. And you know, if you are in ministry, of course you want to do it, but even your volunteers, even the teenagers, if you have an intern, you want them to get some training. There's so many different opportunities and different types of breakouts that there's something for everybody.
Go check it out, friends. Go to kidminnation.com, push that Megacon button at the top, And at a minimum, get registered for that complimentary training, and then really consider the online, or what do we call it, Megacon Plus?
Yes, the online
Yes.
plus version, which
Trish,
is a
thanks
ticket
for all
for
your-
this year, extra stuff, and then next year's ticket, which will be back in Nashville.
And
Already planning
Well,
that, so
for I believe what's going to be the best one yet.
it will be a great reunion. Well, thanks for having me this morning.
Chris,
You
thanks for
guys have a
joining
great
us.
day.
Keep up the great work.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, talk soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Community, thanks for joining me for today's coffee chat. I hope that you have a wonderful Thursday. I hope that you were encouraged, that you received some new ideas. Thanks for your partnership. We are stronger together. I know these are crazy days, but listen, friends, we're in this together. Don't lead alone. Don't lead alone. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow at the same time, same place.